Mr. McMahon, how can I get a guarantee that my ladies can wrestle in the state of New York?
Let's show them how we do it in the South.
Come on, Mom, get up. Remember. 1, 2.
Hey, Jeff.
Emily, Ash, hi.
How are you?
Nice to meet you. Oh, I'm doing great. Thank you so much for joining me. Talk about Queen of the Ring. I love discovering movies and stories I've never heard before, and so just congratulations to both of you.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Well, Emily, tell us about Mildred Burke and how she deserves a place in history when it comes to the sports world.
Well, if you see this film, you'll know exactly why, but I can give you a little bit of a debrief. Mildred Burke was the first female wrestler. She was the first female $1 million athlete as well. This was a time when wrestling was illegal for women across the country. She was trailblazing for women in the sport, but really equality as well. She deserves a place in history. She deserves a place in our hearts, and she did it all as a single mother.
And Ash, first, you right as a director of the movie, when did you first heard of Mildred's story?
I heard of it from Jim Ross, the WWE Hall of Famer, commentator, and talent executive. And he told me about the book. It was one of the fastest books I ever read. And no one I knew had ever heard of her. And this is from a large pool of good friends that are pro wrestling fans, and I didn't either. And so it just felt like blasphemous that no one in the pro wrestling community that I knew had heard of her. And this was a year prior to her getting into the WWE Hall of Fame. So she was really forgotten by time because her career was really before television, the peak of it anyway.
And Emily, as an actress, roles like this for women that come along, it's got everything. You just check the box, right?
Yeah.
And was it a physical role too? Did you have to go to a boot camp to learn wrestling?
Yeah, Ash's boot camp.
Yeah. Ash's boot camp by way of Al Snow.
Yeah, by way of OVW and Al Snow. Yeah, boot camp, I don't know if it's boot camp, but it was really running the ropes at an intense, high, fast pace, learning a lot every day. Was not only exhausting, but it was exhilarating. You're fueled by your passion as an actor when you're trying to figure out who a character is, and part of who you are the things that you're passionate about. And Mildred was directly passionate about wrestling. So learning everything that I could about wrestling helped me learn everything I could about her.
And Ash, what are the challenges of shooting a period piece like this, from the cars to the costumes to, this was all very precise.
Oh, it's easy. It's like typing a book report. Next question. No, I will say that, that probably one of the most challenging parts that was consistent was just the temperature where we were in Louisville and the humidity combined with you're in a lot of period buildings that don't have AC. You're cutting the AC off, hair, makeup, wardrobe, sweat, certain scenes. Yes, everyone's supposed to be sweaty. Other scenes, we're not supposed to be sweaty here. Mayday, Mayday. So a lot of it was just the elements. And then luckily with Louisville, though, so many, we didn't use any real sets. Everything was practical. So there were so many great period locations that were just beautiful. A lot of them almost look like standing sets. And then the carnival was probably the most challenging from a production design, but we took all that from a real legacy carnival company out in the Inland Empire that was all real carny production from 100 plus years ago. But yeah, it was probably, I don't know, ask her. She had to live it more than I did when it comes to the sweat.
I wanted to ask her about Josh Lucas. One of my all-time favorites.
Me too. Oh.
Yeah, he was great until the elements really got to him.
Yeah.
First few weeks was great. Once the temperature rose and the shooting schedule rose.
It was hard to remove.
Yeah.
But temperature always makes it more extreme, right? We're really living the intensity of who these people were.
Yeah.
So.
Absolutely. And finally today, Walton Goggins is one of my all-time favorites.
All time.
And just seeing him in this just makes me smile. So what's he like in real life? Is he complicated? Is he funny?
He's
both.
He's all the things.
Yeah.
He's a full human being.
He's great.
Which makes us all complicated and hopefully funny.
Yeah. He was really wonderful though as a performer on set. Just he's kind of like what you hope for. Someone just brings so much charisma and in addition to ideas, but also just like the attitude of the scene. What are we getting? What are we doing? And he was, he was really kind of just like explosive in a performance way.
Mm-hmm.
Well, congratulations to both of you. I appreciate your time today. Good luck with the film, and let's talk again soon. Thank you so much.
Thank
Thank you.
you.